Let's not forget Pepsi, but let's think about Pepsi. But forget Pepsi.
Are we rolling?
Well, we can't be rolling because this is what hey, what podcast is this?
This is 8.
Really?
Yep.
Pulling the Thread podcast with John and Scully, episode 8. We need a song that has Scully in it.
I don't think.
Can you rap a couple lines?
I might be able to.
Or how about I'll rap and you do? I don't know. What would you do? Like Copperhead Road?
No, you rap. I'll just be behind you with we'll get a tattoo, one of those sleeves.
Why don't we just get you
sleeves,
some real tattoos?
and I'll just be behind you doing the flexing.
Pick one out on Brandel. He's got the whole board on him.
I know he does. It's gonna look good on my lampshade.
Did you ever go to a tattoo place with a bunch of drunk Marines? How the fuck did you end up with no tattoos?
I did not ever go to a tattoo place with a bunch of drunk Marines, but I was at a tattoo party in a Marine's garage.
That's
cool. That's a little better.
When I came home from prison, I was delivering pizzas, and I roll into Murphy Canyon because I was staying at Mom's house in Tirasana. I roll into Murphy. It was at Murphy Canyon, the military housing, but it was all Marine housing now. It wasn't Navy. Way down by Mom's house.
Okay.
And this kid has like a whole fucking dive locker in his garage. This Marine I'm delivering a pizza to, and I'm like, hey, all those vests right there, I made all those. And I don't think he believed me. And I go, where are you stationed at? He's like, Camp Pendleton. And you live all the way fucking down here in San Diego?
Let's just be clear, John. You rolled up to a guy's garage
with
delivering pizza, and then you're like, hey, I made all those.
I own the company that made all that shit.
You wouldn't even believe that shit.
This kid had like 20 fucking SOE vests hanging there. He had he had a whole fucking dive locker right there. Okay, so if you were going to do music, what kind of music would you do? I got you was like with your legs out of a Huey, and did you see that Huey?
You know, if I was going to be, wait, here's the thing: if I was going to be part of music, like if I was going to be part of music,
cowbell.
I would attach myself to Taylor Swift.
Why?
Because she's the moneymaker.
I could hook you up with Miley Cyrus.
Come on, Miley is a sideshow at best.
She's pretty cute.
I mean,
is she still though? I don't know.
I think she's a little wrecked, and I don't know if you've heard her. But she sounds like an old lady who's smoked way too many cigarettes.
Because she's a dude.
It's possible. I mean, you don't know what's going on out there in the real world anymore. Well, you don't even know. She may have changed her pronouns, so she may be a hey, they, or
did you see all the fucking crazy pronoun shit out there? I watched TickTock stuff, so I'm well up on the pronouns.
On the pronouns?
We, they, them, me, he.
There, yeah.
I'm a girl, but I want to be called a he. Now that I changed my pronouns, I realize that I want to be a he, but I want to be a girl. I want you to call me a she, but I'm going to grow a we.
Yeah. It's all mental.
It's nuts.
It's 100%
we used to
mental
put
illness.
we used to have these places. You might have heard of them. They're called asylums.
Yes.
And then we closed them down. Nancy Reagan killed them, and now they walk amongst us.
Now they walk amongst us.
It's like, did you see that movie They Live? When you put the glasses on and you realize there's fucking like reptilians everywhere?
Yes.
Yes, that's real.
That's exactly what it is.
Except now you don't have to wear glasses. You just look on TikTok and you'll see them all.
You just drive down any major city and just check out the sidewalks and they're just there.
Man, I think I'm in the wrong cities. Like I go into cities, I don't think they let those people where I go. I think there's a way in where the crazy people are not, and I think the back way in they don't let crazy people in.
Speaking of cities,
unless you go to Starbucks.
Speaking of cities, and I didn't mention this to you. I don't think I mentioned this to you before, but I know how you like to go into haunted houses and shit.
Yes.
You and Amanda
and you
need to take a trip to Cairo, Illinois. Not far. Probably, I'm thinking it's probably 3 hours from here.
Don't you have dual residency now? Aren't you an Illinois
almost, member? But you should go to Cairo, Illinois.
Okay, what are we going to?
You're going to go to a city that was thriving in the 1800s. So thriving. Mansions on every corner.
So like ghost town kind of shit?
That is now a complete ghost town. You know, the weird part about how much of a ghost town it is, like it's such a ghost town that you feel like you could walk into any house. But city services are still working in the sense they were putting up Christmas lights, which didn't make any sense because the only place that looked like the only place that you could go into that didn't look like you were going to get stabbed was the library. And the library was made in 1883.
Was it still a library?
It was still a library. It was one little old lady working in there, and they had 1883 books on the shelf that you could touch.
We go into like these, especially like old Court Square. It's like they have abandoned Court Square for 100 years, and now these people have bought them and tried to revitalize them. So we'll go into they're all antique stores. So we'll go in and we'll just walk around and be in the building for like an hour urban exploring. And grandma doesn't even realize that we're in there still. We're in the attic. We're in the fucking basement. And like there's old shit there. They're only using like one floor. Or you'll go in these old, like these strip malls, and they all connect. But they're like somebody has rented out this piece and you've gone into this business, and then you open the side door and you're for fucking 3 hours down in these other buildings.
Yeah, I feel like Cairo is the place that if we like talk to the librarian who would tell us who the mayor is, that he would give us a key and be like, you can go in any of these buildings.
So the key is you just walk in and you're like, can you tell me what this building used to be? And man, they love to have the conversation because nobody's coming in there and talking to them about what used to be.
With the library, when I went into the library, there were sections of it blocked off. So there were certain rooms that were blocked off that they had furniture in the front. And I walked in and she was like, oh, are you here to get a book? Because obviously nobody goes in this library, which is amazing because it's still kind of in pristine condition. And I go, no, I was just driving by. I can't believe the architecture on this building. It's beautiful. I just wanted to look at the building. She's like, oh, that's cool. Moved the furniture, and then just went back to needle pointing.
She's like,
and I just walked around
free access.
Yeah, free access.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But Cairo, Illinois, I think is a place where we could.
Do you think we could just buy the city?
I mean, I don't know. It is one of those places that looks like there is nothing. Like there was a liquor store that people were buying groceries in, and that's it.
I wonder what it used to be there. We'll have to check that out. So what have you been doing? What's going on? What's your last week look like?
Christmas.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's all just been preparation for and do Christmas.
A lot of people in town.
There wasn't supposed to be anybody in town.
Did you have like a surprise birthday party Christmas?
No. It turned out that a lot of people eventually did become in town. And
are they leaving?
Yeah, they're leaving. Most of them
Imagine
are gone.
Your surprise if all your relatives hey, we're here.
I mean, the thing that I've been doing the most is just driving the mini truck around.
Oh, I bet.
I mean,
have you built any jumps for it?
I haven't built any jumps for it, but like,
you want me to come out?
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
I'm already looking at the next mini truck. Like, they have 4-wheel drive minivans.
Could you jump an LMTV?
LMTV. Could you jump an LMTV? Yeah, you got to be able to jump an LMTV. I mean, if you can get it up to 45 miles an hour, it's going to get air.
Have you seen the crazy courses they had in Germany when they were doing the Unimogs, trying to sell the Unimogs off and stuff?
Yeah, those things are crazy.
You need that.
Set that up?
Yeah.
So people could come out and test out their 4-wheel drive vehicles?
So you could do an overland expo, but only for military vehicles. I think because it has to be a destination, right? I think
it has to be a destination.
That'd be a perfect reason to buy that town.
It would be a perfect reason to buy that town. Because you could drive vehicles through like if you owned a tank, if you were the guy that owns the tank, like that diesel kid, he just bought a
Whistling Diesel.
He just bought a damn Chieftain tank. He could bring it out and drive through buildings.
Does it have a gun?
It does have a gun on it.
There's a breech block in it?
No, it's been deactivated. You have to deactivate it to bring them in the country.
Who makes a Chieftain tank?
It's British. It's the Brits.
But it's cooler than a Ferret, right?
Oh, way cooler. I mean, it's a main battle tank. So if you parked it next to an M1 Abrams, you'd be like, those guys are cool.
Did you see Chris Barrett's? He has a few armored things that have guns on them. He has a Ferret, but he's got a couple other things.
I haven't seen any of Barrett's stuff.
He's got a Russian thing with like an oval hatch in the back.
The only guy that I've come close to that has heavy armor that I would stab for is who's your knife guy? The autos?
Oh, you're talking. No, Jason's not with Microtech. You're talking about Marfione.
Yeah. Marfione. He's got a nice rig. That rig that he has, and he lets those guys drive it up from Florida. Man, Marfione, you wouldn't even have to pay me.
He doesn't let those guys. He makes those guys.
Well, again,
if you went to Tony and you're like, hey, I'll drive that fucking monstrosity over here. Tony,
I would drive that. If you're going to SHOT Show this year, you want that there, just give me a week. I'll drive it to California for you or Nevada for you, and it'll be there.
Did they take it to Vegas?
I don't think they take it to because again, it's the transport.
Because he owns a machine gun company. I would think that as baller as Tony is, he just puts that on a train. But they do drive it from North Carolina. They drive it to Atlanta for SHOT Show.
So if your guys are bitching, Tony, give me a jingle. I'll drive it for free. Sandwiches. Let's just at least buy me lunches.
And Microtex. You got to give them a couple knives.
I mean, if you want to. I'm not sorry, Tony. I'm not a big knife guy, but the armor, I'll drive it.
It'd be kind of, you really have to step your game up, Tony. Jeff has a lot of Striders. You might not have heard of this company, but there's a knife company out there. It's called Strider.
Strider knives.
Could you pop tires on a military vehicle with a knife like that?
Well, I'm assuming that he's got run flats. So yes, you could pop a tire, but you're not gonna give him a problem. He's just gonna drive.
But could you walk up to an LMTV and I could take my Spyderco out and just jam it in the sidewall?
It'd be tough because those are 12 ply. They're not just your regular old street tires. Your best bet on all those vehicles is attack the valve stem. The valve stem is the weak point on all those vehicles.
So when I changed the tires out on the F-250, they didn't have as big of dish on them, right? So I stand on the wheel to get to the tire to get up in the bed, right?
Gotcha.
It's pretty tall. And in the dark one night, I went to get something out of the bed and stepped, and I heard psst. I broke the fucking valve stem when I stepped on it in the dark. Did you see those Huey helicopters I sent you that are for sale?
I did.
There's 3 of them. He has 3 of them sitting up there. Those have turbines, right?
They would have turbine engines in them.
I don't think there's turbines in them. There is a complete fuselage, like all the doors and the glass and everything are there. There's a cab, I guess they call it, that's the front half without the tail, the back beam on it.
How much is the cab? Did you see how much that was?
$25,000 for the most complete. But I think we could get it.
That's an expensive. All I want is a tree house.
That's what I want to Airbnb it.
Yeah, all I want is a tree house, Huey.
If we took
$25,000,
because I think we could get all 3 of them. Because the dude sitting in Alabama with the fucking tail part, what the fuck good is that without the cab? So I think we could get all 3 of them. If we put it up on some poles on the up, like I'm picturing it looking uphill at the hill.
Okay.
So if we put it there it would just be on a pole. But on the backside, we could put a deck right there.
Right.
And you could Airbnb it and do podcasts out of it or whatever. But there's a lot of that shit for sale, a ton of it. When you start looking at it on Marketplace, there is a lot of it. Those 3 particular ones are at a surplus store in Kentucky. We know a guy that sent me those photos. He was there. He had posted this badass baklava when it was snowing. I go, man, I need one of those. So he got one for me and Amanda and you and Gina. So he's sending them down. And he said, hey, I need a favor. I bought a Valmet 5.5, some kind of 5.56 Valmet, and he's like, I can't find mags for it. Can you ask Jeff if he knows where there's any at?
There's no mags for that gun. I mean, there are mags for that. We can find mags for that gun, but that is one of those. The first federal ban killed those guns in this country, and so it killed the magazines. And the magazines, I'll bet it would not surprise me if they're $100 a piece.
Is that what you have?
No, I have the Galil. I don't have a Valmet.
Got it. Aren't they just like fancy AK-47s?
They are fancy AK-47s, but that's the problem. They're fancy.
Where are they made at?
Those Valmets are...
Aren't they side folders or something?
They can be, but they are... I don't know where they're made at. Just somewhere in Europe.
Build a shadow box. Put it over your fireplace.
There you go. That's the best way to do it.
Go get you a real rifle.
Get one magazine for it, load it, but put it in the shadow box. That way, if some shit gets real, nobody's going to think that the shadow box gun has any bullets in it, but that could be your last-ditch gun, right?
And just go buy you a FAL. No, that's not where you were going. Where did you think you were going to go?
I wasn't going to go with a FAL either.
Where were you going to go?
Because if you mess up and get an inch FAL instead of a metric FAL, then you're going to have the same problem with the magazines. You're only going to have 2 magazines for the gun.
The metric FAL will take inch and metric. One will take both.
In theory, the inch gun will take metric mags.
Is that kind of like you can use standard
sockets
like a small
on
metric
penis,
sockets?
It's like a small penis and a giant vagina. Yes, it works, but it doesn't really work.
It took a long time to get the vagina that big.
It does. I didn't know we were playing.
Are you sure you want to reverse it?
No, you don't want to reverse it.
She was like, put both hands in there. Now clap. It's tight, isn't it?
Oh, yes. But yeah, your best bet. Here's the kicker. If you collect firearms, if you're a firearms
enthusiast, you might want to see if you can get mags first.
If you're a firearm enthusiast, get whatever the fuck you want. If you're looking for guns to shoot, just get an AR-15. Stop messing around. You can take your AR lower and turn it to anything you want. Like literally anything you want. There is a belt-fed conversion to turn your AR-15 into a German MG machine gun. You can turn an AR into anything. All these other fancy guns, you can't turn them into a real useful tool.
Does it look like a German machine gun?
It does once you hook it all up.
I saw they had a 1022 thing that did that at some point.
Yeah, there's a 1022 that you can make look like a saw.
So could you take an AR-15 and turn it into a legit squad automatic weapon? Not maybe semi-auto. Let's take the auto part out, right?
Well, yeah, you can do that with just a upper receiver.
And you go to war with it?
Oh yeah, you could go to war with it. That system, what the hell is it called?
Shrike?
Yeah, it's not the Shrike anymore. It's called something else. The Shrike got bought out, and the newer version that's out there now I would put it up against the saw any day of the week, even though the saw is cooler, guys. But yeah, you can take an AR-15 and turn it into a fucking saw, no problem.
Have you heard the theory that a lot of U.S. citizens are dying off? There's a lot of U.S.
Mysteriously?
Well, yes. So that we could go that direction.
Mysteriously?
But a lot of U.S. citizens are dying off. Maybe engineering, right? Maybe this is human engineering. And then there's a lot of camps and stuff, right? So if there was a division of states, for instance, we're going to take a lot of citizens and put them away, right? So we still need people. We still need manpower in the United States. And that's why our border is so porous. We're letting people just pour through who would toe the line, for instance, or vote in the manner that you want them to vote. And they would just do whatever you want. They'll go along with it. And they're talking about they want to let all these illegal aliens be able to vote. And that's why this shit is so fucking crazy over the last couple of years. It's all part of a bigger picture. Have you heard any of that?
I mean, I've heard that, but it's kind of a slippery slope for the Democrats because they've went so far to the left. This porous border and the individuals that are coming across the border, hardcore Catholics. Catholics.
Is it Title 42 or is that what they're talking
about? Title 42 is the one that
got shot down yesterday.
Did it get shut down?
Well, he was trying to repeal it.
Yeah. And
federal court said, no, we're not letting you fucking axe this.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's.
So
the reality is there's 10,000 illegal immigrants coming across the border every day.
Yeah, do you know what that is per year?
That's way too many.
I heard a number yesterday. Yesterday for this year. I think I heard it was 30 million. It was like fucking insane. They stopped 30,000 known terrorists and felons with like prior violent crimes from other countries and shit coming through.
I know that it is so many and it is so terrible that Homeland Security and the Border Patrol, they stopped reporting it this year. Like it's not even the counts are not even going up because it is so outrageous.
And then all the child trafficking shit that's coming across.
That's all they're doing is child trafficking. I mean, if you have an unattended minor that comes across the border and then you're just releasing that unattended minor into the wild with some random non-vetted relative, like they're coming across the border because you have this young child coming across the border with this adult, they're just assuming that that's his parent. And then they're just letting him off in the wild. Yeah, it's all child trafficking. No 10-year-old walked from Guatemala in order to get into this country because he wanted freedom.
Why are we not stopping them?
Because we don't have the will.
But why?
I mean, it's not politically advantageous. The left side of this country believes that the left side of this country really just doesn't understand what's going on down in these border states and how many people we're actually talking and how it affects the economies and the people that live in those states. It's why, they sent 50 to Martha's Vineyard and those people freaked out. I mean, that's the reality of it. They sent one busload to New York City, and the mayor of New York City declared genocide because they sent that one bus up there. Liberals don't mind any chaos. They don't mind any destruction of wildlife. They don't mind any of that as long as it's happening in somebody else's backyard.
Did you see they sent a bunch of illegals to Kamala Harris's gated community or whatever on Christmas Eve?
No, I didn't see that.
But I think it's all fucking reindeer games, though. They're only doing it so, okay, even the right, they only send a busload. Why didn't they fucking send 50, 60 train cars full of them motherfuckers?
Because they have to get their permission. So all of these individuals, like the people they sent to Martha's Vineyard or the people they're sending to New York City, they're all signing permissions. They're all, like, Texas is bringing out lawyers, and they're being like, hey, John, you just got to America. We would like to send you to New York City. Is that okay? Here's everything about New York City. Here is all the places you can go to New York City to get help and all this stuff. Do you want to go? And you're actually going, yeah, that'd be bitching. I'd love to go to New York City. And that's why they're only sending small amounts, because they have to get their permission.
Could we round up our undesirables and our homeless and just send them to Dubai?
We couldn't send them to Dubai, but if it just depends on your municipality.
Could we send them? Where the fuck could we send them? What other country would be like, yeah, we'll take your trash?
Well, the key is to do it. The key is to do it so they don't know that you're doing it. That's the key. The key is to just round up all your homeless in town and give them bus tickets to Seattle. And then Seattle never knows. They're just like, hey, oh shit, we got a lot of homeless people here. That's the key. The key is to do it so they don't know. So, for example, we could do it. Like, if we really wanted to be badass, we could do it. We could round up a bunch of people, put them on military transport planes, fly them to Djibouti, give them all 500 Djibouti dollars and be like, towns that way. And then fly back to the United. Eventually.
What do you think would happen to those people?
Slave labor.
Yeah.
Instantly. Yeah, slave labor, because that's what they do in the Middle East.
Yeah. Take all your people that hate the United States and send them where they just have the soccer. Qatar. Let's send them to Qatar. That seemed to work out well.
You can send them to Qatar. There's a bunch of beer in Qatar that nobody can drink.
Why?
Well, because initially when the World Cup was there, they're like, yeah, World Cup it up. And then Coors Light sent a bunch of beer over there for the World Cup, and then Qatar was like, hey, man, you can't drink here.
You really can't drink in Qatar?
I think Qatar is one of those places where it's kind of like it's under the table. Like they're drinking there, but it's not
like prostitution.
Kind of like
Dubai.
Prostitute, yeah. So I think you can drink there, but I think they had so much pressure from the Muslim side of the world that they were just like, no drinking at the World
Have you
Cup.
ever been to Qatar?
I am sure I've been to Qatar.
So isn't there, I think that a lot of our special operations, I think they have huge fucking like training cities there. And like huge monies right there. A lot of our people go over there and do shit that we can't do in the United States.
All the non-Saudi Arabia countries, so all the sideshow Arab countries have huge U.S. presence in it. Like the biggest one is in Jordan.
That's the one I'm thinking of because
Jordan's
got a
huge.
Also, that's the
Jordan's got a huge combat facility. Like it's state of the art. The urban combat training facility that they have in Jordan makes all of our stuff look like kids' toys.
Doesn't the president of Jordan fly an F-16? Wasn't there?
Well, he's a registered badass. Like
Putin, wrestling tigers and
yeah,
shit.
I guess he would be kind of in the same realm as Putin. I don't know if he's like going on strike missions anymore, but Do
you think the United States ever had a president like that?
Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. Or not Theodore, Teddy. Sorry, Teddy.
So do you think Trump is about to be the Speaker of the House?
No.
Have you seen this? I got on this this rabbit hole yesterday. It started popping up, and I clicked on one of them, not knowing what it was, and then everything on every social media platform is Donald Trump's going to be the Speaker of the House, and as soon as he is, he's going to appoint somebody else, and that's going to give him. They're not going to be able to prosecute. Did you see that they dropped the indictment against him as dead?
Well,
or the search, something against Trump fucking it came out last night is null and void. Trump made a post, and then Donald Jr. Made a post last night also.
Well, that's because everything that the Democratic Party has done against Donald Trump since he was elected president, or even previous to him being elected president, has all been made up. It's all fake.
Here's a little funny for you. You guys see that he put out these Donald Trump collector's cards, right? They're NFTs, basically.
Yes.
So each household is only able to buy 100 of them.
Yes.
They're $99 a piece. 99 and 100 is $9,999. $1 below the threshold of the IRS reporting. So. Yes. Did you really buy these, or what did you buy? Like what?
Well, they're saying that they're trying to say the cool thing about the what do you call it, the cards NFT is that when you think trading cards, you think bubblegum and Babe Ruth and like where he lives, right? But the NFT can be any amount of information.
Yes.
And so, what did Donald Trump do when he left the White House? He took boxes and boxes of information down to Florida. Hence the reason why the FBI raided him, because they're like, hey, he might have, dirt on us. So they don't know what is going to be on those trading cards.
When really they should have been after Elon Musk.
And they also don't know how much. The way that works out is you really don't even know how many people are going to be buying those NFTs. So they sold out of them. Like in the big scheme of that maneuver, it could really only be like 3 guys bought all those NFTs.
Correct, and that's what they're saying, because shell corporations and offshore corporations and fucking 50 LLCs, and each one holds another fucking 2. That's what they were saying. Like Brad Lee has an NFTs, and one of them, I don't know what they went for, but one of the buyers of his NFTs is able to, when you're in Florida, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, you're able to stay in one of his estates. And when you notify him, I think it's 72 hours ahead of time, they will staff the estate. The chefs will be there. All the cars will be there fueled up. You have access. Basically, it's a really nice Airbnb that you bought into, kind of like a co-op or something.
The reality is, if you're in the, I don't want to say uber rich, because uber rich don't care, but if you're in the upper, if you're in the big millionaire club, that's the perfect idea. The perfect idea is to take because those guys own 10 houses all over. They spend most of their time in one house. Allow other rich people to stay in your houses. Then you don't have to worry about, Brandel and the band moving in there and breaking all the windows.
I would want, if you stay in my house, Brandel and the band are going to be part of the fucking staff that comes. Like, I'm going to pay Brandel enough to just come in and he's going to sit there with 2 808 kick drums, and he's just going to drum all night long for you. You're just going to feel like you're in the jungle.
Took a hell of a breakfast.
I'm just saying, if it's a way to make a way to make a little scratch off of nothing,
and you're going to get all the gas station food you can eat.
Yeah, that's
Brandel has a rotisserie in his car right now. That's like cooking fucking
2 taquitos.
Tacos.
Yeah, that's 2 taquitos.
I just bought one and took it out of my car this morning.
Oh, I smelled it on you when you walked in.
Yeah,
I would have kept it.
The 2 taquitos.
Yeah, my estrogen level went up when you walked in the door.
Good. And that ballpark Frank that's been spinning on there for a week.
I try to keep my estrogen high, so my testosterone is battling it, and then I take away my estrogen.
Brandel's like, have these hot dogs been here for 3 days or more?
Yeah.
Go get the other ones.
Go get the one. Hey, the ones you just took off the grill. Slap those bad bears back on.
Throw them back.
Who farted?
Cut that out of there.
Oh, cut that out of there. Okay, so where were we? We were in Djibouti.
Djibouti.
Whose Djibouti are we in? But yeah, we're all over Africa. I mean, I'm sorry. Wherever the hell, we're all over there.
Your kids ever like, hey, Dad, tell me a war story?
No.
Anybody?
No, nobody. Nobody cares. I mean, come on. It's not the truth of the matter is the military. The truth of the matter is 20 years in service. The military is very boring. Like, it's really, you spend most of your time standing here, even when you're like the Delta guys. Let's say you're tier 1, man. You're kicking in doors. Even those guys are like sitting around a card table going, "What are we going to do tonight? I don't know. What's going to happen?" I mean, the military is mostly boring. It's not, jumping out of airplanes and faster open out of helicopters. While you do get to do that, you get to do cool shit. 90% of your service is just doing dumb shit. 90% of your service is sitting in an auditorium with everybody else going, why are we taking a sexual harassment class? What's going on? Who got beat up? I don't know. That's most of your time doing nothing.
When you're who'd you look up to as a hero when you were a kid? Like who were role models, idols?
The only one when I grew up, the only heroes I had was the Dallas Cowboys and John Wayne. I don't only say hero. Like I didn't look at John Wayne as like a hero.
Well, like man's man.
Man's man. That was John Wayne. Yeah.
Okay, and then as you got older, who was it?
It was John Wayne.
So that's not a bad one. Like
that's it.
But who the fuck do you have now?
Nobody.
Like John Wayne. Like I never heard any bad shit about John Wayne.
I mean, he's done some. That's the problem with heroes is they're just normal people.
Yes.
And when normal people, the cool thing, here's the cool thing about when John Wayne, when actors, that genre of actors, like that time frame of acting, the media and the Hollywood industrial machine did everything they could to keep their lives private, right? They did everything they could to keep they wanted that image. Like the image of John Wayne was the image of John Wayne even when he wasn't working. They wanted that constant image, so that would create those box office draws. The media, sometime in the 60s, 70s, turned against. They didn't really turn against Hollywood, but they knew if they could catch, a Hollywood actress doing something that she shouldn't be doing, the ratings for their paper would go up. So they kind of split.
When did the term conspiracy theory come to exist?
Right after Kennedy assassination, and the CIA was the one that invented it.
And when did that happen?
68.
Right, in the 60s.
60s, yeah.
And when did the CIA put an office in Hollywood?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I would assume
in the 60s.
I would assume as soon as they started making movies.
In the 60s.
Because CIA is post.
And when was Operation Mockingbird?
60s probably, yeah.
I think it was. So that's all by design, right? So it's literally the long game, right? I just saw something. I saw a video a couple days ago. I think I sent it to you, Brandel, and it was talking about, I think it was Rockefellers, and they had came up with some way to pasteurize milk, and then they got in with government, and they got government to push this pasteurization process so that we need to protect the people, so all milk has to be pasteurized. But the average farmer who was selling milk he couldn't even afford the entry to the pasteurization thing. So now we fast forward, many, many years forward, and 99% of people in the United States have never even tasted unpasteurized milk. It's this taboo, right? It's bad now. But they're literally running like prohibition, like the fucking ATF's after you. It's not ATF, it's FDA and other people. But it literally is like old time Tommy guns and prohibition over motherfuckers selling unpasteurized milk. Like they're kicking in Amish people's fucking doors and shit over this shit.
If you have unpasteurized milk, you can just
sell it as dog food.
You can just leave
on the counter.
On the milk right on the counter.
Same
you don't
with
have
the
to put it in the
eggs.
refrigerator.
Like, the United States is the only country that fucking puts eggs in a refrigerator. Go down to fucking Tijuana. Eggs are sitting out in fucking cartons, just sitting out because they're not in the refrigerator.
But I would think that, when you think of the conspiracy theory of unpasteurized milk, it's corporatism. That's about corporatism and less about pasteurized milk. Because
that's my point exactly. That's where I was going with this. As far back as the 30s, right, when pasteurized milk shit, it's the long game. These people are willing to brainwash you and put things into motion that they will never see come to fruition, but their families will.
Yes, of course.
Everything is the long game. They are doing. It's just like that. When's the best time to plant a tree? 50 years ago.
Yeah, there's no Rockefeller. There's no Rockefeller alive right now that knows what it's like to not have enough money to buy a cheeseburger.
Correct.
Because of the way the Rockefellers set up their establishments.
Yeah.
And that's the same. It's kind of the same thing that's going on in politics right now, right? If you can be a senator or whatever, you're making institutional wealth that is going to be passed on to your kids, and your kids are never going to have to work. When you're a crony in politics and you get your children that have really no background in anything on the board of an energy company that's paying them millions of dollars to not even be in the country where this corporation is, it's just cronyism.
Show me a politician right now that's in Washington that's ever even held a real fucking job, or even walked amongst fucking normal U.S. citizens.
Well, I mean, Crenshaw was a Navy SEAL.
Was he?
And AOC was a bartender.
Crenshaw. I saw him yesterday. It looks like he got stung by a bee and fucking ate fucking 200 pounds of butter.
Well, the reality is he has been dipped in the ointment of super politics, and it's so good. It's so good.
They need to be dipped in fucking tar and then
It's
fucking
so
rolled
good.
in feathers.
I mean, until the average American,
So when will that be?
it's not going to happen until we're uncomfortable.
Are we going to see it?
I always felt like I would see it in my lifetime, but I don't believe we will.
I think this is the generational thing again. We're now starting to fucking take control of our children's education.
If the liberals
It's going to be another generation before they fucking and then it's going to be too late.
But if the liberals keep messing around with this idea of allowing red parts of their state to secede, so for example, Washington, California's got like 3 places that want to secede. There's other states where if the liberals are dumb enough to go, yes, Eastern Washington, you can be part of Idaho. And then California's like, San Bernardino, we don't even know who you people are anymore. You can be part of Nevada. If that happens, then we're going to see uncomfortable because the states are just going to break up in the union.
What's your percentage of likelihood that happens? Put a number on it.
Like 5%.
Yeah, under 10.
Yeah,
So,
it's low.
so in February.
Maybe in February. But, if you'd have told, like, I'll give you an example, Donald Trump. Right? I went to bed early that night. I was like, there is no fucking way he's getting elected president. Like, 100% no way he's getting elected president. I wouldn't have ever thought that would happen. I would also have never thought that the permanent government was bold enough to steal an election and put Joe Biden in office.
Yeah, when you went to sleep on this last one, did you think you were going to wake up and fucking Biden all of a sudden was going to have twice as many votes as fucking
not a chance. There is no mathematical equation or even mental hula hoop that you can jump through that says Joe Biden got more votes than Obama.
How far back in history would you have to go in the last 100 years if that had happened fucking in any other, even back around Reagan, right? If you'd have went to bed, and I don't even remember who was running against Reagan, but
Reagan,
how far back in history would you have to go that there would have been an uprising over this?
Maybe the 70s.
Because they were willing to burn shit down anyways in the 70s?
Well, because the reality is the late 60s and the early 70s were very hard on the economy, and people were uncomfortable.
Are they uncomfortable right now?
No. Nobody is.
Is it worse right now than it was in the 70s?
No, we're not there yet. We're not
Are we
there.
really not there? We just have more bread and circuses? We have more comfort now?
No, we have more comfort now, but we're really not there. I mean, when my mom bought her house in 1973, interest rates to buy a house were 12%. That was normal. So we're not there yet. It can get a lot. I mean, you think about it. We just went through the oil embargo. People were fucking standing in line for gas.
You know what
there
else
were
happened?
no jobs.
You know what else happened?
What else happened?
In 1971, we went the rest of the way off of the gold system, off the gold standard. That's
Yes,
when it
true.
actually came off. In 1970, one man could work a blue-collar job and support his one wife and 2.5 kids, and his money in the bank would actually gain money.
Yes.
In 71, that reversed, and that all started going backwards. The money he would put in would actually lose money. He would not make money on his money any longer, and he could no longer pay the bills. And that's the same point. That's the same point in time, right around that time.
Well, that's a different conspiracy theory.
It's all. Is it different, or is it all fucking part of the grand scheme of
the
things?
reality is the Rockefellers understood that only half the population in the United States was paying taxes. So you start women's
As you're
lib.
seeing happen right now with this $600 thing.
You start women's lib.
Yep.
And you tell them that they're much better off if they work.
And
now you have more people paying taxes.
And is that by design so that the government can take over the raising of your children?
I don't know if it would be by design so that the government can take over raising your
You
children.
don't think it was part of the template?
You have to understand that when you're talking about Rockefeller, Soros, when you're talking about the the real permanent government, they don't think Washington, D.C. runs anything.
Do you know what George Soros' original name was?
I don't know, something German.
Do you know he was a Jew?
Yes, in Germany.
In Germany.
And
a
he
tax collector who
Yes.
had taken over and killed a bunch of people in his town, took him under his wing and took little George Soros and made him a perfect little Nazi.
Well, he was a...
He says this himself.
He was a... They used... Soros was...
To identify the other Jews.
Yes, he was a known quantity who would go to houses where they suspected that Jews were being hid, and they would see Soros and they would be like, "Oh, you're one of us. Come on in." And then he would let the Nazis know. Yes.
So at what time do you think, when do you think you'll see a division to where people consider themselves patriots and loyalists?
I mean, are we not already doing that?
I think we are.
I mean, we're already doing that.
What are we called, though? What's the other names for them? Is it Republican, Democrat? I mean, what is it?
I think it just depends on whose camp you're in. I mean, if you are sitting at Joe Biden's table, you're a patriot.
Right.
You know, if you're sitting at Joe Biden's table, you're a patriot. If you're sitting,
the greatest threat to the freedom of America is us.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he said?
Yep. And it just depends on what table you're sitting at, right? I mean, the truth of the matter is, George Washington was a terrorist.
Correct.
I mean, the truth of the matter is he was a terrorist. He was a turncoat. He was a traitor. So it just depends on what camp you're in. The reason why we called George Washington and those gentlemen that signed the Constitution patriots is because we won.
Yeah, right. We wrote
If
history.
we would have lost,
So who's our modern day George Washington?
we don't have one. There's too much there. I mean,
Are you sure?
I don't think we
You think
do.
maybe we just don't know? You think there's not a bunch of pockets?
I mean, I don't think we do. I don't think anybody. I think that the technology and the nanny state that we live in is very, very well at identifying those people that are problems, and they're either in jail or they're now in Congress.
Yeah, everybody's talking about this TikTok stuff, and they just banned. I guess something happened in Congress where they banned TikTok for all federal employees. You're not allowed to have it on any federal phones, I guess, or devices.
You know why, right?
Tell me.
Because the federal government is not happy with the fact that China is watching everything you're doing when
Correct.
they want to watch everything
Right,
you're doing.
and that's my point. That's where I'm going. Everybody's talking about TikTok, right? This Joe Rogan's, we got to get rid of TikTok. Motherfucker, your government's doing the same fucking thing. Every single platform. China's not going to fucking kick my door in because of some shit I said on social media.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm worried about my fucking government.
I mean,
not
if you really want to understand the difference between the two, is when you think about Twitter and Facebook colluding with the federal government. Yes, they both did. They colluded and were paid by the federal government.
You haven't even seen all of it yet.
So
when's the Epstein's when's that list coming out? Because you know it's there.
Yeah, colluding with the federal government. That is specifically spying on U.S. citizens. They are colluding with the federal government to control the flow of information and spy on U.S. citizens. China and TikTok, totally different. What China is doing with TikTok is using TikTok to undermine the systems within the United States. Meaning, if you look at Chinese TikTok, the only thing that gets promoted in Chinese TikTok is things that are inventive. So if you invent something, you're going to be a star on Chinese TikTok. Here, that's not the case. You want to show your tits? If you want to do something stupid, like ride your bicycle into a fucking glass window, you're going to get promoted. It's because what they're trying to do is promote idiots in this country, so everybody follows those idiots, versus what they're doing in their own country, promoting all things that are awesome. We could do the same thing, but again, sometimes it's nice to see a guy ride his bicycle through a plate glass window. But it's totally different. The Chinese are attempting to undermine our way of life, which they have always done. There's never been a time in U.S.-Chinese relations where the Chinese have not been trying to undermine what America is about. The U.S. government is actually spying on you.
Absolutely. And with AI, it's fucking so much far beyond that. And anything you're hearing right now, anything that's just fucking simmered to the surface that they've admitted to, you have to assume that they're fucking 10 years capable beyond that.
Yeah, if you're using your phone to take pictures of eagles across the bay, They have. I mean, the reality. Well, the reality.
I
is,
heard that in 1963 they had satellites up that could read. If you had your driver's license in your hand, they could read your driver's license from the satellite as far back as 60.
Yeah. The reality is the stuff that they're using now for actual surveillance pales. I mean, when when they make a surveillance pass, they're sweeping up everything. Like they're sweeping up when they fly over Atlanta. They're sweeping up every piece of digital traffic. I'm telling you right now, that picture of your wiener that you sent to your girlfriend, there's a dude in a closet at Langley right now laughing. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to come here and look at this wiener?" I know. It's a 10,000 wiener we've seen, but come check this out. This is crazy.
They had a chick fucking 5-6 years ago that took home dick pics, millions of dick pics.
She took, I think it's a terabyte. I think she took a terabyte of dick pics from. She wasn't CIA. She was NSA.
Yeah.
So she took from NSA. She took a fucking terabyte of dick pics that they farmed and was at home looking at everybody's penis and got caught. But
the question is, did she get caught? Well, they gave you her. What did they not want you to look at that was happening?
I will bet that this is what I think. She scooped up the wrong penis pic. Like she got some Epstein Island pictures on there or something, took them home, and that's when they were like, yeah, you're coming, because all the reality is they're monitoring all those work computers. So the minute she was like, I'm doing an investigation on penis length in the United States, her supervisor was like, Linda, that's the 1,000th dick pic you've looked at this week. What's going on over there? What's going on over there? And why do you keep bringing in?
I thought you told me you're a lesbian.
Yeah. Why do you keep bringing in all these hard drives, Linda? Come on. You need to stop.
Do you think it's such that you could just bring a hard drive in and plug it into a fucking USB port?
No, she had to really, there had to be, well, okay. Remember, when we think of security, and we think of the CIA, or we think of all the spook stuff that goes on in the world, most of what is in our head is what we see in movies,
because they programmed it in.
Yeah, most of it what is in our head is because of movies. I'll bet she just had one in her pocket and just walked in, was like, clicked, because the problem again is that's a secure server. So her supervisor would have known the minute an outside, like they knew that she was taking those dick pics. So I'll bet she was taking dick pics. Supervisor's like, yeah, she's pretty good though. She's a good analyst. We let her have them penis pics. And then his computer, boop, it went red, right? His computer went red. And he's like, what the fuck? What? Oh, God damn it. She's in the Epstein files. Get her. And they rolled her up.
So the point of that is, like, if you guys think society is changing, right? If you think your future is going to be different, right? Are they going to come around in 5 years and arrest you for things that you said today? Is that possible? It's probably pretty fucking possible.
They made a movie about it.
Future crimes. You need to operate right now as though everything you say, there will be a visible record, because there is. There is a record of every single keystroke you've ever made. Whether you hit delete or not, it is somewhere. It's just how much money, which agency is chasing you. It's all fucking there. Every single keystroke, every photo, every text, every DM, PM, everything. It's all fucking there.
That time you accidentally got on, gay...
Farmyard Follies.
Yeah, Farmyard Follies. You were on there for 15 minutes, checking, like looking sideways. They got it. And, here's the truth of the matter. This is the crazy part. The truth of the matter is the way technology is going, and the way people are worshiping at the altar of technology is it's not implausible to think that they don't even need to look at your shit. Like if you pop up on the radar and they're like, yeah, this guy is he's getting too close to the bubble, we're gonna have to take him down. They can put porn, they can put child porn on your fucking computer. They don't even need to put it on your computer. I mean, think about this. All they have to do is take your computer and then go, he had child porn on there.
Yeah, they don't have to prove it.
They don't have to prove it. They don't have to prove shit anymore. They just tell you, and everybody's like, "Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know he had that on his computer. That's or whatever it is. You know, like they could arrest. Well, I'm going to use Brandel as an example because I know.
He looks most arrestable.
Most arrestable,
in
yes.
His picture, definitely.
But if they could arrest Brandel tomorrow and be like, yes, he had plutonium in his garage. There
was a Boy Scout that actually had fucking made a bomb.
All you have to do is have a bunch of guys show up in some fucking white suits and spray some mist around and shit, and then arrest Brandel, and nobody's going to be like, can we see the plutonium? Where did he get the plutonium?
Yeah, can I see the ricin? Can I see the anthrax?
I mean, if the government wants to get you, if the powers that be really want to get you, fuck, there ain't nothing you can do about it. I mean, you might as well hit the plunger on that plutonium detonator because they're going to get you.
They had some old timers that were, I think it was in Alabama. They had it was in Atlanta. They had some old like white supremacists, like actual like not even skinheads, like way older than that, right? And they make this ricin, and they're going to fucking weaponize and fucking make this ricin that they can drive down the interstate and just let out of their vehicles at rush hour, right? And some dipshit, he buys something from another dude and it gets on ATF's radar somehow. So the ATF is looking for this dude in a cabin in the woods. They go look at the property, they look at the property holder, they get some addresses, check some other addresses because some dipshit sold some makeshift suppressor or something.
Right.
So they end up unraveling a couple of other addresses, and they go and they find this whole fucking lab where these dudes have made this shit. But the dudes aren't there. And the dudes, like, they fucking hot stop these guys on the way into Atlanta, and I think the story is that they actually stopped them with a bunch of fucking, like, powderized fucking anthrax or ricin or something. They're going to throw these boxes out of these vans during fucking rush hour traffic, and they said it would have fucking, exponentially fucking 1 million people or whatever, something fucking crazy. But they only caught it because of an accident. By accident.
That's most if the FBI is not encouraging people to commit crimes, that's usually how they solve crimes, is by accident. They just bump into it.
Yeah, look at the Whitmer thing. How many of those people involved in kidnapping Gretchen Whitmer, I think that's her name, all but 2 of them were FBI agents or informants.
They were on the payroll. Yeah, they were on the and there was actually a point. The funny part about that is there was a point where all the guys who weren't getting paid by the FBI, so all the people who weren't getting paid by the FBI, there was a point where those guys, those 3 or I don't know how many, they were like, yeah, this is some bullshit. We're not doing this shit. Fuck off. And said, no, we're not doing it. This is crazy. And the FBI grabbed their informant and were like, you need to ratchet it up. I mean, if you look at any of the cases that the FBI has done, most of the terrorism cases or anything where they've actually, like, it's a win for the country, they've all been entrapment. It's all been entrapment.
So the bombing, the missile strike or the Rod of God or whatever that happened in the AT&T building 2 Christmases ago in Nashville, they say it was an RV, right? And they wrapped that motherfucker up. They had him. The case was solved in 11 hours or whatever, right?
Well, that's because it's a red state, man. We don't fuck around.
The mayor of Nashville was on camera with the head detective, the FBI detective, and it was weird. If you watch the footage of them, just how happy they were. It was just fucking weird. Like you just get a weird feeling about it. But that FBI agent, his claim to fame is he had worked. They found some kid on a chat board, and he was a Muslim or something, and they worked him and developed him and gave him a girlfriend who he had a relationship with for 2 years. They gave him a female girlfriend who was an FBI informant or something. And then they develop him and they radicalize him and start talking about building a device, right? And he's like, well, I don't have the device. They're like, we'll give you the device. We'll give you them. So they gave him the material to make the device. It's bomb. I don't know why I'm trying to not say it. Like, we've said enough shit. We're not monetized at this point anyways. But they're like, you're not allowed to say rape either. Rape, bomb. There's a bunch of things you can't say. They'll turn your monetization off.
You said that way too much.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. I'm surprised.
What did I just Morse code out? What did I just say? So they give him the material. They tell him how to make the device. They show up at his apartment and build the fucking device with him.
And then arrest him.
And then he's going somewhere, and then they arrest him. And that's this was like a 3-year development, right? They met the kid when he was 17. He was 20, 21 when they arrest this kid. That's this dude's claim to fame. He has 11 different cases where the story is identical. That's what
they had an autistic kid in Washington, D.C. who flew remote control airplanes, big ones. So, your 5-foot long F-4 Phantom, and he flew these remote control airplanes, and they did the same thing. FBI agents approached him and were like, "Hey, man, would one of these things fly into the White House?" And again, real autistic kid. He's like, "Fly wherever we fly it. We can fly it." And so they're like, "Can we make a bigger plane?" And he's like, "Yeah, we can make a bigger plane." And so they provide him all the materials to make a bigger plane. And then they're like, "Hey, what if we put explosives on this thing?" Again, autistic kid. "Hey, that would be bitchin'. It would be bitchin' if you put explosives on this thing." And so they provided him with, they have their special FBI fake C4 that they provide all these people with. And then I think again, this is a development over a long period of time. At the end, they're like, "Hey, would you fly this thing over the White House?" And he was like, "Sure, I can do that." And then they arrested him. It's like, come on, guys. I think it went all the way, they took it all the way to court, and I think it went to the number 3, and then they're like, you realize this kid is autistic.
And we fucking did this.
It's one of those things that absolute power creates corruption. And how does the FBI continue to get a bump in its funding if it's not closing cases?
Yeah, why are you creating criminals instead of actually catching real criminals?
Well, because they don't have to. Again, the FBI doesn't have to. When they go in front of the Capitol Hill and they're like, "We need more money," they don't have to tell them conviction rate. All they have to say is, "We stopped somebody from flying a plane into the White House. We stopped a terrorist from blowing up a subway." That's all they have to say. There's nobody in Congress that's going to go, "Yeah, but none of these guys are in jail." None of them are in jail. You know what I'm saying? So
what's the fix?
There's no fix, man. We've so politicalized these agencies that I don't believe there's a fix.
Did we do it, or did China who infiltrated them?
No, we did it ourselves.
I don't think there is a.
We did it ourselves.
I don't think there's a demarcation between elite and China. I think it's all the same fucking.
The reality is Comey is on the record prior to being the FBI director of being a communist. And when they asked him when he was being selected to be the head of the FBI, "What's your affiliation?" He's like, "I don't know." So he was a communist before, and then when he's going to be the head of the FBI, he's like, "I don't know."
So how does he even hold a security clearance with that?
Because
you wouldn't get one with that answer.
Well, it depends. If I was,
unless who wants you?
Yeah, it depends on who wants. It depends on what I'm going to do for you, John. If in the powers of politics now, it does not matter where your allegiance falls. It matters what you're going to do for the people that hold the power, and that's why the left doesn't understand. The left really doesn't understand why what they are doing is so dangerous.
Yeah, like if you want to find my page, you type in special. Like if you've been to my page every day and you start typing it in, it should auto-populate. You got to fucking put in special operations, and you got to get all the way to the last word before it'll even populate it for you. It just tells me that we're doing the right shit.
Maybe, or
there's gonna be a gas explosion.
Maybe there's gonna be a gas. Yeah. Oh, you know what? A bird flu. This is a ripe location for a bird flu outbreak.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. A bird flu or some sort of bird flu's been done. They're not going to come at you with bird flu, John. It's going to be some sort of
rabbit hemorrhagic fever.
Yeah,
That's a real one too.
Rabbit hemorrhagic fever. I was thinking something with the sheep, like something people would be like, "Oh shit, we haven't heard about that since the 1830s."
Do you not know about that? So
yeah, I know about rabbit. Have
you ever seen the compilation videos where they say some shit's going to happen? Like no matter what the incident, everybody's reading the exact same script. And they get issued a script, and they come in the weather guessers and your news readers, they're not reporters, they say the identical same fucking thing. Like, the Twin Towers have been, airplane flew into the Twin Towers. It's miraculously how they said it fucking 8 hours before the planes were struck. They were reporting it in Europe before the towers were hit, right? There's the same things going on. You can get a compilation of 1,000 different people saying the exact same shit.
There's a video, COVID video.
Yep.
Where it goes through all the fucking newscasters, and it starts with one, and then it goes to the next one, and it's like fucking 100 of them.
Yeah.
At a time. And it's like they're saying the same fucking
So that's what's coming out right now from National Institute of Health and World Health Organization. Small ruminants are carrying something that's in the ground, kind of like parvo stays there forever or anthrax. Small ruminants, and they're saying goats, sheep, and there was another thing. It wasn't cows. We need to head this off, and we need to kill the flocks off. And basically, what it comes down to is small scale farming, and is to take your ability away to feed yourselves. And that's the thing with these eggs. Like you will hear that 5 million birds died from bird flu. That's how they literally report it. Over 5 million birds in the United States have died from bird flu. No, 5 million birds have been euthanized by human beings because your PCR test, which you can ramp up and literally give any kind of false positive. You can test mangoes and it'll test positive for whatever. Less than 1% of the people in Africa are vaccinated for COVID, yet there's no COVID in Africa. And that's that same shit. So they're using the same fucking PCR test to test these fucking bird farms. And sometimes there is a sick bird, right? It happens. You ever just remember as a kid, you're out on the baseball field and there's a dead fucking bird sitting there? It's shit happens to animals, right? And rather than letting them build up a tolerance or an immunity, we just decimate them because everything's going to. I was watching a thing this morning, Chinese fella, he looks to be Chinese, and he's saying, the world eats too much meat, but there's a lot of people that just won't give up their tasty, juicy steak. But luckily, we can human engineer them. There's a disease that's passed through a tick. So in theory, we could just contaminate people and they would become sick. People have these allergies and can't eat eggs or can't eat soy. We can contaminate them and they'll no longer be able to eat protein, meat and stuff. So we can just head that off whether they want to give it up or not. And I feel like it's all part of the bigger picture. That's what it all just ties together.
That's a crazy conspiracy you got there, John. I wouldn't believe that our government would ever do anything like that. Like would they test plutonium, the effects of plutonium on U.S. citizens? They wouldn't do that.
Or would they put it in milk for school kids?
They wouldn't do that. I mean, there's no way that our government is there to help us. It's not there to harm us. Speaking of goats and ruminants, are your goats and animals, you just mentioned something that's very interesting. You said Africa not being vaccinated and we're going to have to kill all the goats. What's the number one source of protein? What's the number one source of protein in the African continent?
Yes.
Goats.
Yes. Goats.
Even more so than cows. They eat a lot of goat over there. And if you're going to kill off all their goats, that's going to be a problem for that continent.
Yeah, and sheep. That's the other shit. I mean, Afghanistan everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's really when people talk about we eat too many cows, it's really the United States and South America where all the cows are, where we're doing cows. And, I mean, maybe it's a big plot. Maybe Bill Gates has found, this is it. Bill Gates has found eternal youth. He had his Indiana Jones hat. He found the fountain of youth. He's going to live forever. He needs the rest of us to die off so he can live in his paradise. Because everything that Bill Gates is behind is eugenics, end of life. So why would you take a vaccine that Bill Gates was like, this is the shit?
That's the eugenics thing, man. You would have to think, though, with as much money as he has, don't you think he'd take a shot and not look the way he looks anymore? Like, wouldn't he just download himself into a real body? Like, is that really even Bill Gates at this point? Or is that just some AI bullshit they show us?
No, I think Bill Gates is...
I mean, I don't think we've really seen Bill Gates in real life since they fucking smacked him in the face with a pie at that when his security.
Well, you
detail
have to understand that Bill Gates is Bill Gates is new money. He's not old money. You know, he is new money. And so when you think about he's new money and he's rubbing shoulders with old money now, and old money, you know, I'll use the Rockefellers, even though they're not really the king of the hill anymore, but
Rothschilds.
He's rubbing shoulders with all old money. And what old money is telling him is what they have always known through the years, is that you have to clear the playing field for your children. And so what Bill Gates is doing,
He has no children.
is creating, yes, he does.
Does he?
Yeah. He's creating a legacy for his empire. And so he's not, I mean, you know, you say you would think he would take a shot and get better or fit. He's not thinking about, I don't think he's thinking about immortality. I may be wrong, but he's thinking about the legacy. How long, you know, 100 years from now, will be people talking about the Gates Foundation. That's more important. It's like the reality is what you really want to do is be a really good movie star. Because if you make a movie that is good enough, you'll live forever. I'm just saying, you'll live forever.
These guys get to the point where they have so much money, they're like, I'm just going to be a philanthropist. I'm going to give my money away.
But that's a lie.
But when he came out and said, we're going to give away our money, he made more money on the backside than he fucking made
the reason
on the
why
front side.
the reason why those kabillionaires do philanthropy is because it's tax write-offs. It's, you get to a point where the government's like, hey, I want all your money. And then you're like, but I donated this fucking painting to the Guggenheim and you can't have all my money because it's all wrapped up in this Guggenheim or whatever. Whether it's that or you sponsor the fucking New York Orchestra and they play a Christmas Carol every year for the president. And so they're like, okay, we were not going to get your money, bro. Thanks for the music. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shell game. It's just ways to figure out how to hide your money. And usually you're right. You know, like Bill and Melinda Gates stepped off the foundation, but they positioned themselves in a way that the board of directors cannot make any decisions anyways unless they wink. So they didn't. It's all bullshit.
And their whole divorce thing. That's just over. That's fucking taxes. Is all that is. No.
Bill fucked up
because he likes boys.
Because he spent too many nights on that island.
Do you know who CoffeeZilla?
She found out about that shit, and that's why they got a divorce.
You know who CoffeeZilla is?
I do not know who CoffeeZilla is.
It's a huge YouTube channel, and he is a fucking great investigative reporter, man. If I ever get in trouble, have that dude fucking solve my shit, right? If they ever said I did some shit,
have him come in. Like, that's the dude. And he did a whole thing about a year ago how Bill Gates was, how he keeps denying that he was involved with Epstein. And, like, he just had all the fucking proof. He had all the fucking receipts out there. I mean, that's what did it. You can't, here's the thing. If you're going to have
But she was there with him. Like,
if you're going to have a lady at your side while you're trying to Muppet master the world, keep her happy. Because you can't score. The problem is, at that level, you can't scorn a woman. She's going to get half. Like, she's going to get half. And if you've scorned her enough, if you've pissed her off enough, she's going to air your dirty laundry. And if you're a kabillionaire running around the world, you got some stinky shorts. It's just, you just can't help it.
It's almost like they'll give her half just to fuck him up. It's the people making the decisions that set those laws. It's to set more division, right?
Maybe.
It's to knock him back and then befriend her because she'll give you his secrets.
But I mean, at that level, right? When you think about Bill Gates or you think about Bezos, at that level, did it hurt him? Like, Bezos sending a dick pic out. I'll bet that NSA agent had a Bezos dick pic. But Bezos sending a dick pic out that causes him to get a divorce. And when he was going to get black, he could have tossed that dude $1 million and been like, shut the fuck up. And like, he literally could have went in his sock drawer and been like, there's a 20, there's a 50. Here you go. Here's $1 million, bro. Shut the fuck up about the dick pic. But what did he do? He was like, fuck you. Go ahead and show everybody my dick pic. He lost half his fortune. But it didn't even fucking, he still, that year he went up in his penis rocket in the outer space.
And the mob was just offing dudes left and right. And I would guess still does, right? All these gang shootings and stuff, are they really gang shootings? What would it cost for him to just have that disappear, a motherfucker?
Again, but I think that I think it's about circles, right? Like Bezos, again, Bezos was a self-made man, so he's first generation big money, self-made.
Is that true?
Yeah, he's self-made. So first generation money, but he was a nerd. So his nerdy started selling books online, and that's how he did it. And so he had that kind of nerd circle. So does Bezos know a guy? Like, Bezos knows a guy. There's a dude that hangs out with Bezos, like, yeah, man, I kill dudes for money, right? He's not a real dude. He's just a dude that hangs out with Bezos, right? So in that circle, do they really know real dudes? Like, the real dudes are the dudes that are following Bill Gates around, that have the fucking P7s underneath their coats, that used to be part of a team somewhere. Those are the real dudes, but those real dudes he's not going to look at those real dudes and go, hey, you know somebody that will kill somebody for money? Because you're always thinking that it's a trap.
I would have to think that it exists, though. I mean, you and I both know a guy that did security for Eddie Van Halen.
I would think.
Right? We also know a guy that did security for Mike Tyson. And the stories you hear were so fucking insane. I would expect that somebody with that kind of money could just have a helicopter just fucking shoot a rocket at some dude's car.
I would think Bezos would have called Hillary and said, hey, making your book, the book of the month. We're going to sell these bitches out. Who's your guy? Who's your guy that you got going around the country killing everybody? Because the Clintons are the only, the reality is the Clintons are the only ones that have somebody clean.
Can you use a carpet from the White House, please?
Yes. The Clintons are the only ones that have somebody that runs around the country killing people clean. Like whoever that dude that Bill met when he was governor and was like, no, I do this shit for real. Like, he was the real deal. Like, he was the real deal. Like, probably grassy knoll guy. That's what I think. I think it's an old grassy knoll guy. He's probably in his 70s right now, so nobody even thinks when this 70-year-old shows up at their house and they're like, what do you want? Oh, fuck.
Have you seen any of the JFK stuff they just released?
I haven't seen any of it.
Have you heard about any of it?
I mean, I've heard some stuff about it, but whatever.
Yeah. So
nobody's going to like.
Nothing's going to come.
If they literally release, because there's still documents that they haven't released. If they released everything and then they came out and they're like, if like literally tomorrow, this is how comfortable we are as a country. This is how comfortable we are. If they came out and there was a document signed by Lyndon Johnson that said, sent to the CIA, that said, work out a plan to kill the president of the United States, everybody would just be like, yeah, we knew that shit was, we knew they did that shit. You know what? Nobody's running to the White House with pitchforks and torches, man. They're just not, we're just too comfortable.
What's going to happen with the Kari Lake stuff in Arizona? It looks like she proved her case. I think people came out and said, yes, the forms that wouldn't scan was because the forms were 17 inches and the machine takes a 19 inch. But then the fucking court said, you don't have a case here, and fucking struck it down. Is that not what happened?
Well, the problem is the courts don't have legality over voting issues.
So nothing's going to happen. The other chicks.
I don't know. I think the path that they need to go is the lady that she ran against was actually the lady who was in charge of election procedures
and was
in the
supposed
state.
to have to testify, but that is not.
But
going
she
to
did
happen.
not. She did not recuse herself from her job.
She certified herself.
So I think that's how they would go after her, because she fucking gerrymandered an election.
So is this done and over with, or is there more?
I'm sure this is one of those things that, like, 3 years down the road after all the court proceedings. Yeah, 3 years down the road after court proceedings are going to be like, yeah, that shit was illegal. Let's not do that shit again.
We keep using those fucking Dominion machines, but every other country has fucking outlawed those Dominion machines because the United States can fucking control the Dominion machines.
I mean, as haphazardly as they do these elections and all the shenanigans that are involved, they don't even really have to, like, I would think they don't even have to, like, you put your votes in the machine, boop, 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 put your votes in the machine, and the machine's not even plugged into anything. Like, it doesn't matter. They just feed CNN some bullshit. They're like, yeah, the president has 800 million votes. We can't count them. Like, there's no way. We pretend that there's a way that as a people we could audit an election, but you have to go to court just to ask to audit the election.
I'd heard that,
and nobody's going to let that fucking stand.
They asked for a recount or whatever, so they pulled 50 of these fucking ballots off the top. Who fucking pulled 50 of them? I mean,
well, I mean, ultimately, we have become so, and because we have destroyed the church in this country. Everybody is pouring all their heart and energy that should be going into religion, into politics.
And you say that not even as a church guy.
Yeah, they're pouring it all into politics.
When's the last time you've been to church? Not your church. Not your church.
No.
When's the last time you went to church?
I went to, what's it called when you...
Mass?
No.
Circumcision?
It must have been, no, it wasn't mass, but confirming an altar boy or something shit like that. I went to one of those because Joe's son was becoming an altar boy. That was the last time. And it was really, I wasn't in church, guys. I was in the gymnasium that they converted to a church so they could do it. But
so back to church, back to religion.
Yeah, I mean, we've just turned politics. So they're taking all that fervor and crazy ass snake charming energy and putting it into politics and turning it into such a dogma religion that there's no impartial. Like when they're saying, oh, there are 3 impartial people at the polling center. They're not impartial. They're there to make sure that their party wins. And so to think that Grandma Esther is not willing to take a stack of fucking red or blue ballots and throw them in the trash is a fucking joke. I mean, the joke of the matter is the joke is more funny than you think. The joke of the matter is, from the dawn of time, or from the dawn of this country, when George Washington was elected president, there has always been fraud. There's always been fraud. Some level of fraud going on, whether that was, having people go in and voting twice, or making sure, giving all the drunks beer on that day in order to get them to vote for your candidate. There's always been some sort of level of fraud. But it has never been as great as it has been in the last election. Like it's crazy that the permanent government would allow that to happen. But again, they were worried. I mean, the reality is the 3-letter agencies and the Department of Defense was worried about Donald Trump because he's not a fucking warmonger.
Here's a little different topic. Here's one for you.
Okay.
Are you aware Walmart sells dildos and vibrators and sex toys? I'm
aware that you can get damn near anything on Walmart online.
Not online, in the store.
Oh, no, I never seen it.
There's, I don't know, 8-10 feet of sex toys next to the condoms.
Yeah, stuff. But when John Willis says sex toys, and then we're talking about Walmart sex toys, I believe it's I'm sure that Walmart sells sex toys that are very PG.
I'm not talking about
PG, but when John Willis
talking about a wiffle ball bat and a cucumber. I'm talking about fucking dildos and butt plugs, just like you'd see at the porn store.
At our Walmart?
All Walmarts here's a better one. They have for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. You're just not looking at them. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because it's mainstream. It's all over social media right now. And the reason people are up in arms over this is because now it is placed right by children's toothbrushes. All the Buzz Lightyear and the vibrating toothbrushes and all the fun shit you give your children.
Oh, because they're vibrators.
I don't know that. I don't think that's why. I hear you, but
have you checked this out at your local Walmart?
I'm going there.
Because I would believe I mean, when you said that, I would believe that around the pharmacy that I could find, because if you wanted KY, that's where it's at.
Actually, it's actually right by the pharmacy. That's where.
Well, you know what? The toothbrushes are there too.
Yes, but why are the children's toothbrushes right there?
I don't know, because they want to desensitize.
Who thought that was a good? So I saw this, right? I saw it on social media. I said something to Amanda. Amanda's like, that all comes down from corporate. Amanda worked at Walmart for a long time. This all comes down from corporate, and I said, no, this is going to be some Kool-Aid hair, woke fucking person that just thought this would be funny, or somebody's trying to incite some shit. And we know a guy that works at Walmart, and I have not verified this with him. I need to do that.
So you're spreading a rumor, John.
No. So I don't think anything of it for a day or two. And I'm local Facebook group, which I've put you in now. So the local Facebook group, some old granny, I assume she's an old granny, is like, are you aware that Walmart is selling sex toys? And I'm like, oh, this is going to be that kid's fucking vibrator thing again. And where I'm going with this is she got up there, and it's probably church grandma, right? There's 200 comments on this, and all 200 comments are like, and this lady said, sex toys, this is how you get drag shows. Before you know it, you're going to have, so she jumped the bridge and fucking completely across the river, and now all our kids are going to be gay, and they're going to fucking all be drag queens because of the sex toys at Walmart. And if there's 200, I think there's 270 comments. I read maybe 200 of them. Every one of them's like, I can't wait till we have drag shows at school. My son's going to be the first one volunteering for that. And I'm going to have my kid out there as a drag queen. It was just fucking insane to see 200. We only have 3,500 people in the fucking county here.
Those are actually parents that should be arrested.
I don't believe they even have kids. I believe.
Yeah, that's true. You probably do. The majority of those people probably don't have children.
I think those are the fucking stay at home. Their retirement plan in the county here is to get on disability.
Right.
And I think that's them. Like they're the, and I don't even know where you would go to find these people. Like Walmart, maybe. I mean, that's where you would see them, because we don't have like clubs or anything. I mean, we have a Magic the Gathering. They have I would expect you would go there. Dungeons and Dragons. That's probably where they're at. But it's just bizarre. And it got me to thinking, right? So you're going to, rather than send your kids to Boy Scouts, or what used to be Boy Scouts, or Eagle Scouts, or some group, team sports or something, you're going to send your kid to the drag queen show, right? So let's say that's their plan, right? You are making children that are so fucking weak, right? You are making them a victim. Their strength in life is to be marginalized. Their strength is to be a victim. Rather than teach them how to do something, you're just going to teach them some fucking make-believe thing that has no intrinsic value and definitely no monetize. Well, I guess they could monetize it in some manner, but that in effect, that is the problem. That's how we got to where we are right now. All the crazy shit you're seeing in society.
Well, it's the attack on masculinity. We've decided that testosterone is evil, and that men who are men are evil. And so we're attacking society in a way that people think it's acceptable to allow their boys to be emotional wrecks. And the problem with that is it's boys who are emotional wrecks, single parent household, by the way. I mean, I'm a single parent household, but fortunately I had John Wayne. Boys who are in single parent households who are shooting up schools because you have not developed those young men into men. A man would never shoot up a school. A real man would never shoot up a school. A young man who is trying to become a man would never shoot up a school. He's the kid that's going to run out there and try and stop that shooter. But when you single parent household these children, you let mothers raise them as spoiled little bitches and tell them that they can cry and they can do all this stuff that is not manly, they become emotional wrecks. And contrary to popular belief, these children have testosterone running through their body, and those are the kids that are the problems. They 100% are the problems. And with the dildos next to the kids' toothbrushes, the reality is corporate America wants to desensitize us to everything.
Yeah, look at Disney.
Because sex sells. I mean, if you think about Playboy magazine, when Playboy magazine came out, it was the evilest of evil things. But they kept producing it, and they kept putting it on the shelves. And that sex sold. And because that sex sold, other magazines were able to also sell. Penthouse, Hustler, all those are derivatives of Playboy. And if you take a look at, in our time frame in the 80s and 90s, Playboy is pretty PG, right? Playboy is pretty PG. Penthouse was PG-13. And then Hustler went R, right? They went R. That's all desensitizing. The only reason why Hustler was allowed to exist was because of Playboy. Same reason with Penthouse. Penthouse existed at a level because Playboy was able to break that threshold. It's the desensitizing because, sex is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and why wouldn't if you're a child picking out your Buzz lightsaber fucking toothbrush and you see dildos, you may, the reality is there's no reason why somebody who's picking out a Buzz Light your toothbrush has any inclination about the dildos. But that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is putting those dildos in the background so they were always there. And so later on in life, if someone's like, why can't kids have dildos at school? You don't go, well, because they shouldn't have dildos at school. You're going to go, I mean, I've seen dildos aren't no big deal. They were right next to the toothbrushes, right? Yeah. It's just desensitizing people to the consumerism that's the United States, and sex is one of those things that, I mean, think of the porn industry. It is the number 2 industry in the United States.
I thought it was sex, death, and religion. I thought it was the number 1 industry.
I think
for revenue.
I think porn is number 2, which doesn't make.
What's number 1?
I don't know, but I feel like it's number 2. Maybe it's number 1. But I want you to think about this.
And I thought pet industry is number 4.
Porn, right up there. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry in this country. Who pays for porn? And if nobody's paying for porn, how is it a billion-dollar industry?
Who does pay for it at this point? Because it's free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's free.
It's even on Instagram now.
So who's paying for porn? They're not paying for porn. They're paying for all the accessories that go along with porn. That's how it's a billion-dollar industry. It's not because, John's Butthole Destroyers Part 4 came out. It's because John's Butthole Destroyers Part 4 came out and they were using fucking, Anales with 30% lidocaine in it. And, everybody's got to get
I'm impressed that Anales has lidocaine.
30%. Well, because I watched a very interesting video where a guy went and bought a bunch of lube and broke down the lube to get pure lidocaine.
That's what I was just going to ask you. I can't go get lidocaine. Could we harvest lidocaine out of there? That's exactly what I was going to ask.
You can harness lidocaine out of Anales, and apparently Anales has a new version that's 25% lidocaine. And so you can get the most lidocaine out of it.
I'm going sutures. That's where so you can use it injectable or topical.
When he did all his fucking, fancy magic and distilled it and brought it back to, it was in a powder form. So I'm guessing you would reconstitute it with water or something and then be like,
hydrostatic
put it on
water.
your gums, whatever you do with lidocaine. But again, yes, 35%. But and again, when I say that's what the billion-dollar industry is for the porn industry is the accessories, I may be completely wrong, but how else is that shit getting paid for? Because
even like the AVN show is always right when SHOT Show is, right?
Yeah.
But I've heard the last couple of years that the AVN show was fucking pretty dead. That's the adult video show where all the porn stars are.
The generation of males that are growing up right now are not into boobs, and that's why they're closing Hooters.
Ooh, that's highly possible. So
that could be the reason why the AVN show was empty because, again, think about it, John. Why would the AVN show be popular? It would be popular with our generation because porn exploded in the 80s and 90s, and we know who Ron Jeremy is, right? We know who these porn stars are.
We have a friend that kicked Ron Jeremy out of Starbucks in Carlsbad because he was being rude to some young ladies there.
We also have a friend who chased Peter North out of a bar because he was so starstruck with Peter North.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
I'll tell you. John knows. I'll tell you his name offline. I'm sure he wants.
Peter North.
You don't know who Peter? He had in the 80s. He was the biggest ejaculation in the world.
Wasn't his name like the Wad or something?
Yeah, it was the Wad. There you go. Yeah, Peter
I'm
North.
thinking Oliver North's brother or something.
He could be Oliver North's brother. You never know in the porn industry. But
is it the same person?
Who?
We're not talking about the same guy, right?
No, we're not talking about the same guy. Different guy who chased out Peter North from
My guy told
the bar.
me if you're ever going to smash a dude's head against the table,
Uh-huh.
when you grab his head and you smash it, make sure you move your hand because
Yeah,
your
yeah.
adrenaline, if you hit him 10
Right.
times, you're going to break all your fingers.
Yeah, that's that very cringy when you see somebody's going to shoot somebody in the head and they have their arm on the other side. You're like, bro, you're going to shoot yourself. What are you doing?
That's a piece of information. I have that in my head every morning when I wake up, that if I have to beat somebody's head against the table, make sure I don't have my hand.
That's called
between them.
practical experience, and sometimes you either learn from practical experience because you did it, or somebody else does it and tells you, hey, don't do this. The more you know. Yeah, that message. So
So this is by design. It's
by design. When you think the kids now. So like we were older when porn started going just ape shit, right? Well, and again, we had to wait for the internet and all that stuff. So but kids now are looking at fucking porn super young, and so they're desensitized to it. And so why would they go to the AVN show? I mean, it's just, those are just people who work like everybody else, Well,
I think too, you used to have to like get in the industry, and now now I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't have to get in the industry, but what are you showing me with that?
Oh, he was showing me.
I was showing him.
You're an hour and 32 minutes into this, right?
Showing me, yeah. So, it's just, I think everybody's just desensitized to it, and that's why it's getting more and more, like, just, come on,
Do you think
guys.
it's insidious? You think it's on purpose?
Okay.
Or do you think it's just about these dudes wanting to sell more of this
I
stuff?
think it's just about dudes wanting to sell more stuff.
I think it's all tied in with the pharmaceuticals and everything
But
else.
I think it's just dudes wanting to sell more stuff. Because even the reality with the pharmaceutical companies, right? Are there dudes in black robes rubbing their fingers together going, you know what I'd really like to do? Fuck up a bunch of people with random diseases. Or not random diseases, but random cures. No, they're sitting around a table going, we spent how much money to develop that? And it does what? Nothing. Come on, it's got to do something. If people were sick, oh, okay. Well, then let's figure out how to make that work.
Have you seen the?
Like, I think they're just trying to horseshoe. It's same thing with this stupid vaccine, right? People are waning on the vaccine. It's why Pfizer's now charging fucking $200 a shot or some crazy shit. What happened up in Oklahoma or Dakota? Those fucking cows died. And then they're like, hey, you know what we can do? We can vaccinate the cows. We'll vaccinate the cows, and then those cows won't die.
They're talking about bringing back more.
Come on.
They're talking about. I saw it this morning. They're mandating vaccines in places again.
Yeah, it'll be in all the hippy dippy, free love places, but it's not going to go. It's not going to go because they're losing. The reality is the mandatory vaccine stuff that happened during the peak is now hitting the court systems, and they're losing all those cases. They're losing them.
Well, they're losing a lot of the bodies. The people are fucking literally dying.
Well, again, we don't care about the sheep, dude.
Like, we have something now. It's called. You remember SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome? You left your kid in there. Now we have adult death syndrome.
Yes.
Sudden adult death syndrome.
Because the reason why is because they're not allowed to do anything. When someone dies, when Brandel dies, they're not allowed to do any studies relevant to whether or not he was vaccinated. All they can do is go, yes, he was vaccinated. He had a heart attack. Maybe he's always had heart problems. That they can't correlate the two.
I'm going to tie it all back together. I think it's all. I think it is all something larger, and I think that the population is dying off. We are fucking up these kids. There is not going to be a generation of workers. That's why they're automating things, and that's why they're letting all these people across the border, because they need slaves, and they need slaves that will vote in their manner and fucking do as they're told. And when we bring a person into the United States and we let him stay here, there is always that fear that we will kick you out and send you back to where you were. And no matter how fucked up the United States is, it is still better than any fucking place that any of those fucking people have ever lived before.
100% true. But once you become, we're still missing a step. We've had a questionable election. We've had a questionable election that was pretty messy for both sides. Meaning, the Democrats had to conjure up January 6th to hide the fact that they gerrymandered an election. But we haven't had we in order for that dream to come true is you don't need slaves to vote. Like you don't need slaves to vote. If you're going to turn over your entire workforce, or you're going to create a population base that is solely excited to be in America because they can drink Coca-Cola and harvest whatever crop you want them to harvest, they don't care about. Like the reality is the person that comes across this border, like if we go down the border right now and get 100 people that are coming across the border, and you're like, all right, we think that the most important thing you need to know is who you're going to vote for, and just start hitting them with vote shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't. As a matter of fact, when you think about it, most illegal immigrants are living in this country, don't vote, and they don't care who to vote for because the way the laws are, they've already found the place to live where they can live comfortably and make a living and take care of their family. So they don't care. I mean, you could have an argument when the Democrats are like, "Hey, we're just going to blanket make all these illegal immigrants citizens." Okay,
which they've done before.
They've done before under Ronald Reagan. You could have an argument that that's a smart idea because right now none of those motherfuckers are paying taxes. So you have this entire industry, this entire cottage industry. It's not really cottage because we're probably talking about 20 million people that are in the workforce that are paying no taxes. And then what are they doing? The money that they're not paying in taxes, they're sending back across the border. Like the number one income for Mexico.
Yeah, look at the Western Union shit.
The number one income for Mexico is money that is patriated from the United States to Mexico. It's Mexicans paying their families to live comfortably in Mexico.
If you've come across the border and you're good with a sewing machine, make your way here to Camden, Tennessee, please.
I don't have a dog in the fight against any hardworking Hispanic. I mean, we keep saying Mexico, but the reality is these immigrants aren't coming from Mexico. None of these people we're
talking about
they're coming from
Tijuana.
They're coming from way down south. Like they're walking across Mexico, and Mexico's like, get these damn people out of here. I don't know what
people from Africa coming across the Mexican border.
I have no dog in the fight as far as
I don't say that as a problem with the people coming across the border. I say that as with a problem of they are trying to replace you. Yeah. Your government is allowing this to happen to replace you.
I don't have a problem with anybody coming across that wants to work and, create a better life. But that's not what most of them are doing. What most of them are doing are coming across the country and exploiting our social systems and destroying those social systems. If you don't believe me, if you live in California, go to the welfare office and try and get assistance. First off, no one in there speaks English. That system is not set up for Americans anymore. It's set up for illegal immigrants, and they are suckling on a tit that they are not currently paying for. Again, why not make them citizens? Let them pay taxes, and then let them suckle on the tit a little bit. But right now, we are allowing the soft underbelly of this country to take us down when it doesn't need to be that way. And I don't necessarily believe that they're doing it on purpose. Is the fact that the government in a sense is totally inefficient. There's nothing that the government does that's efficient. You can't point to a single program where you're like, holy shit, they hit it out of the park with that one. Wow, I can't believe there's no poverty. We've only been fighting it since the 60s. God, they just really hit it out. There's no program that you can point to where the government has hit it out of the park. I mean,
that's because they take 75% of the money and steal it.
They're just inefficient. They're inefficient bureaucrats who don't give a shit because they're getting paid. They're getting paid solely by having their asses in the seats instead of going, hey, guess what? You're actually going to have to produce something. You're actually going to have to, if you say we're going to have a war on poverty, this is how much money we're going to spend, and at the end, there better not be any fucking poverty.
If you heard that and that gives you hope, just keep in mind, they will still kill you. They don't have to kill you efficiently. Randy Weaver, fucking Branch Davidians, don't let that give you hope, because when you do some shit they don't like, they will fucking come and round you up. Whether it's efficient or not, the end results will be the same.
Yeah, when they get to the point where they're rounding people up, I promise you it's not going to be very efficient. Because, I mean, the
key is don't be the first person they're rounding up. When they're rounding up thousands, then you have a hope.
Yeah, you have hope. That's like, I hope that they're going to go. I hope they start in California. Start in California, and then, here's the difference between my left leaning friends and my right leaning friends. The difference is this: when the train cars pull up and they start rounding people up in those train cars, left, whether it's the left putting righties in the train car or it's the right, the alt-right putting lefties in the train car. Okay? This is the difference.
And when it is the left, they're going to tell you it's the right.
Between most of you. This is the way I feel about people I know that are on the left. I don't care who they're putting on the train cars. I'm going to be there. I am going to come out of the bushes and make it as hard as they can to load those train cars, because I know what the end result is, and it's not good for anybody. And I hate to say this, if you're leaning left, the left is the communist side of the house, right? It really is. And I know some of you are like, bring on the commies. You guys are the first ones they kill. They're going to, all you school teachers that are out there,
useless idiots.
All you school teachers that are out there that are preaching to the choir, and all you lefties that are hardcore into the rebellion, you are the first ones they kill. It's just the way it is. They can't have dissent, and you're going to be the first ones.
Because you're closest to it, and you're going to be let down when you realize it's not what you thought it was, and you're closer to them. They can't have that. The entire calibration has been moved to the left. What we call a Republican today is nothing more than an Obama-era Democrat. And what we used to call a liberal is something fucking so far beyond insane right now.
That's what I'm saying. You can't say you're a Democrat.
So back,
because there's no such thing anymore.
So back to this being by design, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had an uprising, right? If the Patriots said, we've had enough. Who the fuck are the Patriots? They're all over 50 years old now. Like, when a Marine would come in the shop and write me a check, and his check would bounce, we would pick up the fucking phone and call command, and we'd get transferred a couple times, get a couple different numbers, and the fucking platoon sergeant or somebody would walk in, even a fucking an XO would they would bring that dude to the shop and make him pay you, or he would, sorry, this happened, we will take care of it, and the kid would come in with a fucking check. That doesn't happen anymore. There is none of that shit that happens anymore.
It's because it's a different...
I have never said things like made in the motherfucking USA. I'm having a bunch of things pop up right now that I posted on Facebook 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I posted made in the motherfucking USA, our new sticker, our logo, right? And there'd be some people on there, you can't say that. How dare you say motherfucking in USA? Or that's not very fucking Christian, all kinds of shit, right? We had people that were up in arms of it. But these posts from 10 years ago have 1,000 comments, and there's 2 or 3 that have threads that are 100 long, and those are the people upset, and the other 99 comments are like, fuck you, you little pussy. But now I have people like, you can't say that, your customer's always right, you can't say that to somebody, whatever it is. And when I click on their profiles, the people that are taking issue with the things I'm saying, they're active duty Marines, they're active duty fucking Army personnel. Things have changed.
Well, yes.
Society has changed. We have, like, everybody is fucking weaker. Everybody is calibrated much, much fucking lower for their pain threshold and their struggle, right? People think they've had this hardship, but they've never lived in a house that didn't have electricity. Like, we don't turn fucking electricity off anymore. We don't turn your fucking water off. They haven't seen any of those
that's what
things.
I'm saying. Everybody's
We don't let weak people die. We don't let fucking crazy people, we don't compartmentalize anybody. Everything's commingled now, and it's so fucking inbred. Like everybody's contagious. Like if you're going to be around a motherfucker, you better make sure you want what you're going to catch, because you are going to catch something from them. That's just it, in any aspect of your life. And things are so fucking weak right now. Like, who is going to stand up and fight that fight?
The next generation?
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's what we're at, the next generation.
No, the
right
next
now.
generation. Well, because it does. Think about this, okay? I thought that like 4 years ago, I was like, we're doomed. Fucking planet's over.
And then you got on TikTok.
And then I got on, what the reality is, and then I got on TikTok and I see all these fucking 18-year-olds that are fucking flying the flag and talking about America and how great America is, and they're doing all this shit on there that really changed my mind, because, you know, the reality is no kid listens to the music, well, except this generation, because your guys' music sucks, so you listen to our music. But kids usually don't listen to or want to have anything to do with what their parents' generation did, right? They rebel against that. That's how we got the 60s, because the 50s was so fucking rock and roll. And so you have this generation of parents who are growing up weak children, and their weak children are in the closet watching Ben Shapiro and who's the other guy? The guy, the MMA fighter who does all the
Joe Rogan?
No. He lives overseas now.
Oh, Tate.
They're listening to Tate. They're listening to Joe Rogan. They're listening to all these things that is going to create a rebellion against their fucking parents. I mean,
it all goes full circle, right?
Yeah, it'll go full circle. I think.
I don't think people have any realization. Number one, they don't know what the movie Demolition Man even was, and number two, they don't realize how fucking close we are to Demolition Man right now.
I'm surprised.
Taco Bell? That's the underground, right? The bad guys were just stealing food to feed themselves.
When's the seashells come out?
I've looked at everything about the seashells. Like, nowhere does it explain it. There's some theories about it.
Elon, let's see the seashells.
But my point to that is there's kids watching. There are YouTube channels that all they play is old fucking commercials, like old commercials from the 90s and old commercials from the 80s, right? And with the whole conversation we've just had for the last almost 2 hours right now, the takeaway, everything we've spoken about, all the crazy shit, you would not know it if you weren't paying attention to this thing, right? And I think a lot of it is by design, that we see the most crazy shit. My YouTube page, my YouTube channel for the last 2 weeks is showing me shit on my main page, that's shit I don't want to watch. I'm like, am I even seeing this? Like, my whole has nothing to do with the shit I normally view. They keep targeting me crazy shit, and I scroll down thinking it's going to give me some good shit that I don't have to spend time looking for. It's like it doesn't even know that it's my YouTube channel. It's just some fucking stranger that they're showing this shit to. And like Jeff just said, there are a lot more of us, and people are hungry, and people want fucking things that seem right, and they want to do things that are good, and they want to build something for the future. But the powers that be, they want you to feel like you're alone and that you are wrong, and you need to hide that, right? They don't want you to fucking fly the flag. They don't want you to have the American flag. They definitely don't want you to have the Gadsden flag. And you need to realize you're not alone. And when you speak to people in real life, and you go places where people have common interests, like our Self-Reliance Festival, you realize that there's other people like you out there, and there's other commerces, and there's other business development. And the biggest thing is, we no longer mind because they no longer matter. When you stop living by their rules and in their structure and their framework, you realize that there is a whole nother world out there, and it looks a lot better than the world they're trying to keep you in. And you're gonna get a lot more of what you focus on. If you're looking at negative shit, you're gonna keep getting served negative shit. If you keep eating shit, they're gonna keep fucking putting shit on your plate until you fucking throw the plate away and break it, and you decide that you're gonna live life on your terms. And everything we've spoken about, if you take the energy and build that into developing a business, take something you love to do and figure out how to make money with it, you're going to be a lot happier. And if you think bad times are coming, and I believe it, I agree with you, things are getting fucking crazy, Would you be better off having spent the last 2 years building a business and developing something that will pay you so that you can have more money so that you can be a lot more comfortable when times do get tough? That's it. That's my message every night. I have a live feed every night at 9 o'clock on YouTube, and we have these we literally talk about whatever you want to talk about. And we put up 10 hours more content on this private group here. If you're seeing this, you're in the group and you know about it. And we're literally on every social media platform. When I make a post about some hateful shit or something, just telling somebody to fuck off, or some customers like, where's my order I ordered 2 days ago, and I make fun of him, hundreds of you guys comment. I make a video every morning at 4:30 just talking about mindset development. It's usually on Instagram. And there's like 5 of you guys that comment. Shit that literally could change the course of your life.
Because 4:30 is too early, Jeff.
Jeff doesn't realize how the internet works.
Because 4:30 is too early. You guys.
All right.
Let them know that 4:30 is too early.
Give them something actionable to sign off with.
Actionable.
Everybody wants the magic easy button. They want the smoke. They want to pay $5,000 to come and sit like I'm going to tell you something that you didn't know.
While you're out there in YouTube land, and those of you who have Twitter, I need you to send a message to Elon. Just tell him, hey, Scully's still looking for that electric M1 Abrams. Doesn't even have to be electric, Elon. We can keep the gas turbine engine there and just pretend like it's electric. We'll Photoshop out all the smoke coming when we're driving around. We'll tell everybody it's electric. It'll be a big joke in the electric industry, and you can have a ha-ha on Twitter. It'll be fucking hilarious, Elon. And I know where we can get an M1 Abrams for probably pretty cheap because they've been pooping inside of it. But let's make this happen. All right, let's get on the board with the M1. Come on, Elon, you got a spaceship, but you don't have a tank. Come on.
I like that his spaceships look like dicks.
That's not Elon. That's
and they land backwards.
That's Bezos. Bezos is actually the arch villain in because he's got his head shaved.
Dr. Evil.
He's Dr. Evil.
He's got a bald cat. Where's the Abrams that they've been pooping in?
It's in Iraq. The Mahdi militia. I mean, imagine this. The Mahdi militia have an M1 Abrams. How can the Mahdi militia have one and I not have one, Elon? Come on. I guarantee you they would sell it to us for the cheap because they don't know how to fix that shit. So they'll sell it to us for cheap. I know a place in Las Vegas. They'll put some fresh paint on it, get it all squared away, and then we could drive around in an electric M1 Abrams, and you can tell the Department of Defense, hey, look at how cool we are. And think about how much money you would make off the Defense Department for electric tanks. I mean, they would love it.
Especially if your Pepsi sponsor painted it with
Pepsi. Like we could get Pepsi on there and we can get a sponsor involved. I don't care. Really, the reality is I don't care who's involved. I'll even pay for the fuel. We're not going to be able to drive it far, but I don't care. Let's just get wheels on the ground.
Do you remember the flea market we'd go to over there in Huntington or Brewston?
Yeah.
You know the National Guard over there has that tank.
Yeah, they have that. They have
that poor thing. Its fucking barrel's pointing at the ground.
Oh,
like
is it?
It's lost its hydraulics.
Come on.
Come
on, National Guard.
Would you be okay with it's an M60 tank?
We could get it. The reality is, right now we could get an M60 tank for a pretty reasonable price.
Scrap.
No. Ready to rock and roll.
No, I mean you could buy it probably for scrap cost.
Yeah, probably it would definitely be for the price. For the price of the metal.
Have you seen these guys that go to the auctions? I've never seen this until I left California, right? You never see a truck pulling like 2 trailers.
Trucks pulling trucks.
You've seen a trailer with 3 trailers, like a semi-truck with 3 trailers. You see that in Tennessee. I counted 13 vehicles. They'd come from a vehicle auction, and they weld the bumper and put a tow hitch.
Yeah.
And then
they just tow hitch them all. They train them all.
So there's a like a dually truck in the front pulling 13 fucking other trucks and cars and shit that have been in wrecks. They're totaled cars. You need you need some tanks pulling tanks and shit down the road.
I mean, if we want to get more than one, Elon, I'm all for it. I mean, why not? The Army's going to get a new tank anyway, so the fucking M1 it's old news, but still.
What would it take you, cool. like for real, like you decide, okay, I'm going to buy a tank. What would it take you to have a tank?
Well, cash money on the barrel. I know I could buy a tank right now for $285,000. A relatively new tank.
Man, $250,000 doesn't even seem like shit anymore. I'm like, let's go do that.
Yeah, when you think about what you're buying, I mean, it costs the goddamn whatever government that was like $20 million.
No, I don't mean I have $250,000 sitting to do that. I mean, I think of it as like fucking pizza money now.
Well,
You go order pizzas and it's $85.
If somebody wants to set up a GoFundMe for the M1 Abrams, the question would be here's the question. I have in my head, I have no doubt that I could go to the Middle East and I could purchase an M1 Abrams.
Dude, if we can go fund a Rolex for Mookie,
the question is,
I am sure we can go fund a tank for you.
Would U.S. Customs allow an M1 Abrams to come back in the United States? Now, I'm talking about doing all the things that ATF requires, meaning no breech block, barrel with a fucking hole in it, all that bullshit, making it legal to import. But I wonder if they would let an M1 Abrams come into the country.
Could you not buy one from within the country?
No. They don't exist. They don't exist as an aftermarket.
Is there an equivalent to the Abrams that you could purchase?
Well, the British made. Well, I can actually get the crazy thing is I could get a Leopard 2, which was designed and built at the same time as the fucking M1 Abrams. I could have a Leopard 2 imported from the United States, and it's $100,000 cheaper.
Aren't we about to trash all the M1 Abrams?
Yeah, we're about to try. But the problem with the M1 Abrams is the
reactive
Shellben armor. The armor, the proprietary armor that they use on those vehicles is they don't want anybody to have the access to that armor. Now, I believe that armor is also obsolete now. So maybe now
Didn't we just leave a bunch of them over in the Middle East?
We did leave a bunch of them in the Middle. We left a bunch in the Middle East, and Turkey has a plant where they actually make them.
Do you remember when the Humvee used to be cool? Like not long after the military got Humvees, and we went to Soldier of Fortune show, and there was a dude with a Humvee. But when you really started looking at it, it was a kit that they put on a Chevy Blazer.
Yeah, Chevy Blazer. Yeah.
Can we just get you an M1 Abrams Chevy Blazer? They paint plywood really good right now.
Well, they're okay. Again,
could we get you one of those paper mache ones out of fucking Ukraine?
There's actually there are British Chieftain tanks in Texas that they plywooded up to make look like M1 Abrams for a movie. It's called Purple Hearts. And so there are paper mache M1 Abrams out there.
Bob Lester went, I think it's in Texas, and they went out and actually drove tanks and fucking, I think you get to shoot the tank.
It's drive shoot tanks, I think. There's a couple of places in the United States where you can go. There's one up in Idaho and there's one in Texas where you can actually shoot tanks. And there's another place where they actually have tank on tank battles, where you and your buddy can rent a tank and you drive out in the woods and they have
using like miles gear.
Yeah, they have
something.
like whatever simulator they're using where you can shoot at each other.
It'd be cool if you could shoot like a giant chalk round out of that thing. They shoot the main gun?
I don't know how they do it. It'd be cool if somebody needs to design a huge paintball.
Yeah, or chalk round.
Yeah, chalk round or something.
Is that a cooler bag?
Yeah, it's a cooler bag.
Do you have a wine box of Pepsi in there?
I do.
All right.
I always have to have. You never know how long something's going, and if I go too long without a Diet Pepsi, the happy medication that's in there will go low, and then I'll just, I don't know, eat a small baby or something. I don't know.
Is Diet Pepsi like Dr. Pepper? The Dr. Pepper from Taco Bell was always better than every other Dr. Pepper.
I don't know.
You might want to look into that.
I might look into it.
All right, sign off.
I mean, life is well.
Our homeless people are in the top 5% of income earners in the world.
If you live in California, I'm sorry that you're behind enemy lines. But out here in the free world, I mean,
think about how easy you have it. You could be a crazy person and literally cut your wiener off with a pair of scissors, and they won't even like put you in a special hospital or anything. They'll just fucking give you money and let you be a crazy person that cut their wiener off. They'll even like fucking give you your own TV show and shit.
Yeah, we live in a great place. I can't complain. I mean, I want to. What is it that I don't like about Tennessee?
I don't know.
I mean, I would say there's one thing that I don't like about where I live. It's just because of where I lived, and again, I picked the place.
It would fix it if you'd get a fucking helicopter.
So I can't complain. I picked the place, so I can't complain. But I live in a small town in Tennessee, and there's no contractor competition. So if you need a plumber or you need a roofer or you need something, it's on their time. When they're ready to come do your shit, they're going to come do your shit. Not that they don't do good work, but again, there's no competition where I live. Now, I know if I lived in Nashville, I could probably get a plumber at 3:00 in the morning, but not in Waverly, Tennessee. And that's not a complaint. I'm not complaining about
What do
it.
you
I'm
need
not
done?
complaining about it. I don't need anything done.
So we just had a freeze here, more than we've had in the last 15
I'm going to have to have them come
probably.
look at the church because my church froze.
So we just had a freeze, and I'm seeing all over the local Facebook groups. I mean, I broke pipes, this, that. There's fucking 1,000 dudes crawling out of the woodlark. Like, I can be there today. Call me. You want me to start sending you guys?
No. I gotta turn everything on and see how bad it actually is.
What do you have, broken water?
I don't know. Again, I had the drips going in the church, so the far sink,
The drips stopped dripping everywhere.
a far sink and bathtub were both running, and they fucking froze.
Yeah.
And so I just cut the pipe. I cut the power to the pump and everything. So hopefully it's not too bad.
I feel like one of my septics froze. Like I have some septic smell coming out of the septic. I think it fucking froze.
I mean, it was a pretty quick flash freeze we had.
Yeah.
I mean, since we've lived here, I've never had anything freeze. Like I've never had water freeze or anything like that. And my man cave garage, the water froze in the man cave garage, and again I had that running, and it was just a fucking frozen icicle off the faucet, frozen icicle out the door. So it's
not a problem until it unfreezes.
Yeah. So fortunately, the garage unfroze and nothing was broken. No pipes were broken. And I think that's just because I had everything on, so the pressure, the ice was actually pushing the water out.
Anytime you're fixing broken pipes, put a fucking valve in there.
Yeah,
like
a valve
while you cut it open, we have valves all fucking over the place. Every time we fix something, we put a valve.
Yeah, make sure you mark where the valve's at.
Yes, especially if it's underground.
So you can find it later on.
We have, like, even on our septics, anytime we have to uncover, there's 5-6 septics on the property. And every time we have to uncover one, we write in Sharpie right on the wall, 3 feet off, 4 feet from the edge. Like, we always make marks. And then we also have photos of it.
That way, in the middle of the night, you don't have one of your drunk friends in an excavator just digging holes.
That's when we found it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's when we found the secret one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like we knew where the kitchen one was,
Yes.
but the secret one we couldn't find.
There's 4 more back there.
And then you have your drunk friend get out there and be like, I can find this shit.
All right, guys.
All right.
That was episode
Number 8?
8.
Is it? How is it 8? Last week it was 4.
Last week it was 7.
I just put 4 up for them. They're just now yesterday.
They're just now getting 4?
Getting 4, yeah.
All right. Well.
All right, guys.